Welcome to Arsenal, Jorginho. Yes, people, I've put in Arsenal have acquired Chelsea midfielder Jorginho for £12 million on deadline day. Normally when I do these Welcome to Arsenal videos, I'm ecstatic, I'm excited. Arsenal signed a brand new player. And in Jorginho, I just feel a little bit flat. I was kind of expecting to make this video on someone like Caicedo, not necessarily Jorginho, but it is what it is. He is an Arsenal player. I will do my best to back him and support him while he wears this shirt. And of course, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on Jorginho to Arsenal. Be as honest as possible. I don't mind. And if you're new around and you love Arsenal related content, make sure you subscribe down below. We're to 2,000 subscribers. This is the Welcome to Arsenal video where I analyse Jorginho's strengths, weaknesses, and his potential Arsenal fit. So first, starting with the deal, it was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano this morning. Jorginho to Arsenal. Here we go. Deal agreed on £12 million fee. Chelsea accepts conditions and documents are being prepared. It is actually 10 million plus 2 million add-ons. So yeah, it's not a large sum of money, but it is still quite a lot for a 31-year-old out of favour Chelsea midfielder. Personal terms are agreed. Contract until 2024 with option for a further year. First contact revealed yesterday night and medical is now booked at London Colney, with Arteta being a key factor. So it was Arteta's choice, I guess. They made that crystal clear for Fabrizio Romano in all his statements. I think he's saying that because he doesn't want Arsenal fans to have so much outrage. You know it's bad when they're trying to justify a signing. Normally they just provide news saying, oh, Arsenal signed Jorginho. Oh, Arsenal signed this player. And the Arsenal fan base gets excited because we're signing someone. When they're trying to justify the signing in the tweets, that's when you know it's kind of a bad idea and it's not a great signing because Arsenal fans are up in arms about it. But either way, he is coming to the football club, so we have to do our best to support him. Starting with the man's strengths. Well, he's got Premier League experience. He's a proven player in this league. He's been in the Premier League for a while now. So at the end of the day, he doesn't really need an adjustment period. He's used to playing for a top club in Chelsea. So he's got that kind of idea of those big games under his belt, having featured in Champions League finals, for example, and Euros finals as well. He's experienced, right? We're going into the tail end of the season, and whether we like it or not, Arsenal have a very young squad. It comes with its benefits. They're really exciting. They've got so much flair, energy. But what they say is there's a trade-off with having young talent and then the experience on the other end, because when the going gets tough, can the young players be able to compete? We saw what happened last year in the Champions League towards the end of it, as we're fighting for that top 4 Champions League spot with Tottenham, and we kind of fell through. We had a bit of like a capitulation, let's be completely honest about it. Was that due to our naivety at our young age? Potentially. Maybe Jorginho brings some more solidity to this team. He brings some more experience, can put his arms around the young players and say, look, I've been here before, look at me, this is how we do it. He also, let's be honest, weakens Chelsea. He's played the 4th most minutes for Chelsea in the Premier League this season. The fact that he's going will be a massive hole there. Whether Chelsea secure Enzo Fernandez, I'm sure that's what they're banking on. By letting Jorginho go to Arsenal, they're freeing up a spot for us to for them to potentially sign Enzo Fernandez. But if that deal does not go through, because right now it is not confirmed, Chelsea could just lose one of their most important players this season, despite him, of course, not being as good as he has been in seasons gone by. He's also won the Euros and UEFA Champions League, man. And we've bigged up Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko for what they've done winning the Premier League and what's that brought to the squad. We're bringing a Champions League winner to the squad in Jorginho. Surely that brings a lot. Arsenal have never won a Champions League before. The fact that he's won it, he's been there in the big games, he featured throughout that tournament, also won the Euros as well, of course. It's a big time player that's won those big competitions for Chelsea. Can he bring that winning mentality to Arsenal? And also, look, it's a short-term contract until 2024. It's not necessarily the same mistake as we made with Willian, David Luiz, giving them long contracts, 3-4-year contracts on humongous wages. It's a short-term contract with an option for another year. It's a stopgap signing in many ways. We obviously didn't feel like there was someone available for the right price in January. So we've signed someone that Arteta favours on a short-term deal and hopefully will renew interest in the summer. I'm just hoping this signing itself and not signing a proper ready now CDM that's got so much more potential and ability could cost us the league. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But we've looked at it. The board, Arteta, Edu, Vinay have looked at it and decided, look, we'll sign Jorginho as a stopgap, short-term contract, and that will do. He's also a ball-progressive midfielder. We forget this, man. I know he's up in age and he's 31 years old, but the man can play football. He receives a lot of passes on the half-turn, can play forward. He's used to playing that style, and that is exactly what Arteta wants. He wants press-resistant midfielders in there, and Jorginho can be exactly that. He's comfortable in possession. He's had the 3rd most passes in Chelsea's Premier League squad this season behind Azpilicueta and Thiago Silva. So the man is comfortable receiving the football and can play in a possession-style team. Of course, I said before, he's played the 4th most minutes for Chelsea in the Premier League this season, so he is an important player for them and is still featuring regularly despite his age. Let's move on to his weaknesses, because I think this is what a lot of Arsenal fans are centering around, to be honest. Well, first of all, he's 31 years old. I already talked about this. Is he a stopgap signing? He's not someone that we can use for multiple years like Caicedo would have been at 21 years of age. He's someone that's going to have to come in and do a job right now and that's about it. In my opinion, it kind of just it's a step backwards, man. I mean, we signed these players like Willian and David Luiz on short-term, well, I say with short-term mentality, and they completely fell through. Then we completely changed our mentality and went for more forward-thinking, young, progressive players like Ben White, Erdegaard, for example, and that's really worked for us. The fact we're now going back to sign these experienced old heads in Jorginho, is it then us taking another step back rather than pushing forward and signing more exciting young players? I'm not too sure. For me, that's what a lot of the Arsenal fans are echoing as well. I'm just going to have to trust the board on this one, but it does look like a stopgap signing, to be honest. We also have a bad record of signing Chelsea players. I mentioned David Luiz, William Gallas as well. Petr Cech, I think, even was not an amazing keeper for us. Whenever we sign a Chelsea player, it seems to go wrong. I mean, there's all the talks about, oh, it's Agent Willian, Agent Luiz, Agent Cech. And they just assume that they're just here to corrupt us and help Chelsea. But hopefully this isn't the same. Like, surely we'd learn our lesson. And also, sign a player from Chelsea. I mean, someone in my comments left this, and this is actually a brilliant point. Look at what Chelsea did to us over Mudryk, man. They fully swiped Mudryk, hijacked Mudryk from us in an unprofessional stance, let's be completely honest. They just came in boatload of money and took him from us. The fact we're now going to sign a player from Chelsea is poor, man. It's poor on that behalf. We should not really be conducting business with them, especially what they've done to us in recent seasons. Also, his decline in quality. He's 31 years of age. He's clearly not the player he was a couple seasons ago when he won the Champions League and Euros in the same year in 2020 and finished, I believe, runners-up or third in the Ballon d'Or rankings. Does it really address the Partey backup requirement? I mean, we all know we needed a Partey backup. Caicedo was on the list. Zubimendi was on the list. Onana potentially was on the list. We've now signed Jorginho. Jorginho is by trade a centre defensive midfielder, but is he really a Partey backup? Is he that destroying midfield that can win tackles, break the lines, run forward? He's not. For me, he more reminds me of Granit Xhaka. So can he and Xhaka really play together? It seems too stiff, a bit too old. It reminds me a lot of Liverpool with Henderson, Milner, Fabinho. Like, it's that type of midfield with Jorginho and Xhaka. There's no one there that can really progress the ball and be exciting in transition. It feels a bit too stocky. I'm not sure if you can really do that. So if Partey gets injured, I'm not exactly thinking, great, we've got a replacement in it. I'm still worried, to be honest. If anything, he's more of a replacement for Xhaka for me than for Partey. Also, we are helping Chelsea acquire Enzo Fernandez. There's no surprise that they need funds. They're willing, it seems, to pay the 120 million release clause for Enzo Fernandez, but they need to free up spaces and they need to free up funds. Giving 12 million to Chelsea just further helps them potentially sign Enzo Fernandez, who's an absolute world beater, young player of the World Cup, and is a top talent. And will he fit into fast-moving, press-oriented Arteta play style? I already touched on this. He seems a very clunky, stiff footballer, as obviously not the fastest in the world. Does he really fit into that style we want to play with Arteta, where it's really fast-flowing, we're running, high intensity, high energy, pressing? I mean, I'm looking at Xhaka. He's pressing the goalkeeper at times. Partey's pressing. Everyone in his team runs. Can Jorginho fit that style? No, he's more of like a slow-down, experienced footballer that wants to just take his time on the ball and ebb and flow. And he's not really someone that's going to run in there and be just chasing down loose balls every second. I don't think that really fits Arteta's play style. And also, he does foul often. He's already got 4 yellows in the Premier League this season. In terms of Jorginho's potential Arsenal fit, I don't see him starting in this Arsenal side. I see him as kind of a backup player on the bench that will probably come in for the Europa League games and be someone that's just going to be experienced around the squad to provide some winning mentality. That's how I'm really justifying it. I think we're really missing out not signing a centre midfield this window. I mean, look, deadline day is not over. We still could. I heavily doubt it, but we still could sign another centre midfielder. But the fact that we're signing Jorginho makes me think less so. He's going to be someone that's in the squad. I guess he's just going to be an experienced head around to help the boys, help the team maybe push on and hopefully win this Premier League title. And for that reason, I guess we just have to back it. Obviously, he's not everyone's favourite signing. It's not someone that we necessarily wanted at this football club. But we just have to put faith in Arteta, Edu and Vinay that they have got a plan here and do see a reason for bringing Jorginho into the football club. As always, let me know your thoughts on Jorginho in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Be as brutally honest as possible. If you enjoyed my content throughout the transfer window covering Arsenal news, make sure you subscribe down below to 2000 and like the video. Done my absolute best to provide the news as quickly as possible. I've been Wifey and hope to see you all in my next video.